Namaste everyone. We saw some problems related to resistivity of the material of a conductor. So the first problem, the resistance of a copper wire is 0.5 ohm. Its length is 5 meter and diameter is 0.05 centimeter. What is the resistivity? So it is a copper wire. Okay, so whose length is given, resistance is given, so R is given, R is 0.5 ohm. The length of the wire is given 5 meter, and diameter, say d, small d, which is equal to 0.05 centimeter. So L A is area of cross section, right? It is circular cross section, right? So L is equal to 5 meter, right? R is given. See, D is given. So you have to find out the resistivity. See, we have the formula. The resistance of the resistance of the conductor is given by R is equal to now rho L by A, right? Okay, you have to find out the resistivity. Remember, resistivity is also called the specific resistance of the material of the conductor. Okay, resistivity is also called specific resistance. Okay, so in the problem, it may be asked as resistivity or the specific resistance. Okay, so R is equal to rho L by A. So L is 5 meter. So how to calculate area? See, rho is you have to calculate rho. R is given. L is given, this is unknown, but what about the area? So area of cross section of the conductor is not given, instead D is given, D is the diameter. Okay, so diameter is given. So how to calculate the area? Since it is a circular cross sectional area, so A is equal to pi r square or pi d by 2 whole square, right? Radius, square of radius is diameter by 2, square of that. So therefore, now solve this. So 1 becomes R is the resistance of the conductor, that is 0.5 ohm. I have to find out the value of rho. So L is given, L is 5 meter, right? And A is pi d by 2 square. This is say L. Now substitute. Okay, I can substitute here, right? L is 5 meter. What is D? So pi into D is 0.05 centimeter. You have to write centi means 10 to the power of minus 2 by 2 whole square, right? Okay, 0.05 centimeter, centi stands for 10 to the power of minus 2, so therefore centimeter 10 to the power minus 2 meter. So this is so therefore, okay, 0.05 by 2, so that is equal to 0.025 into 10 to the power of minus 2 square, right? Okay, just to simplify, so rho is equal to therefore 0.5 into pi 0.025 into 10 to the power of minus 2 square. So this is equal to 0.025 square into 10 to the power of minus 4, right? 10 to the power of minus 2 square. Okay, so divided by 5. So rho is equal to therefore 0.5 pi 0.025 square into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 5. Okay, so just to simplify, so how much you will get? So answer will be 1.9625. What about the power? See there, 10 to the power of minus 4, 10 to the power of minus 4 here. Okay, we'll simplify, you'll get 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. So this will be answer. So just to calculate, okay, so pi is 3.143. Okay, I'll write here. So pi is 3.143, right? Okay, so you will get 1.9625 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. That is the first problem. Okay, see you have to remember. See, instead of A is not given directly. Instead D is given. Okay, diameter of the wire is given. Okay, since it has a circular cross sectional area, A becomes A is pi r square. So R is diameter by 2. Okay, so move on to the next problem. A copper cube of side of 1 centimeter is drawn into a wire of length 40 meter. Specific resistance, see, specific resistance means resistivity of the material of the wire is given. It is 44 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. Find the resistance of the wire. Okay, how to solve this problem? A copper cube of side 1 centimeter is drawn into a wire of length 40 meter. A copper cube, of side 1 centimeter, right? This is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter, right? Okay, so upside 1 centimeter is drawn into a wire. Now it is drawn, its shape is changed, it is converted into a wire. Is drawn into a wire of length 40 meter. Here say L is 40 meter. The specific resistance of the material of the copper cube or the copper wire. Okay, ಈ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅನ್ನು ವೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾಪರ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈರ್? Same material, right? So it is given 44 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. Okay, I have to find out the resistance. Okay, so I have to calculate what is the resistance. Okay, so R is equal to rho L by A. This is expression we have. Okay, so rho is given here. Rho is equal to 44 specific resistance of the material. So 44 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter, right? Okay, so a copper cube of side 1 centimeter is drawn into a wire of length 40 meter. Now you have to find out what is the resistance of this particular wire. So therefore length of the wire is 40 meter. Okay, rho L. You have to calculate R. What is A? Area of cross section of the wire. So how to find out area of cross section now? It is not given. Area of cross section is not given. Its diameter is say D or radius is R. Okay, what is the area of cross section now? A. So how to find out area of cross section? See, this copper cube is converted into or drawn into a wire. So what about the volume? Volume remains the same, right? Volume of this copper cube is equal to the volume of the wire, because volume, see, what about density? It is mass per unit volume, right? Mass is equal to volume into density. So mass doesn't change when it is drawn. This copper cube is drawn into a wire, its mass doesn't change. What about the density? Density is also same because material same, right? Density is same because it is a copper cube. Now it is converted into copper wire. Density doesn't change. What about the mass? Mass is also not changing when it is drawn into a wire. So what about the volume? So volume is also the same. So volume of this copper cube is equal to the volume of the wire. So therefore now I can say how to find out the volume. So using this value, I mean the side of the cube is given. Okay, using the cube I can calculate the volume. So volume V is equal to, so L cube, say I'll write L, capital L, because small l is here, small l is the length of the wire, so I'll use capital L. So L cube, so what is L? L is the length, I mean side of the cube, so therefore 1 centimeter, centi means centi stands for 10 to the power minus 2 cube, so this is equal to 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube. Okay, you got the volume of the cube or the volume of the wire. So now you got the volume of the wire. Okay, so how to find out area? So volume of the wire is V, the volume of the wire V is equal to, so it is a cylindrical wire, so therefore area of cross section is A, length is L, volume of the cylinder, area of cross section into the height or length, right, A into L. So therefore, so using this you can calculate area. V is 10 to the power of minus 6. You have to find out area. L is here, L is 40 meter, right. So therefore A is equal to, so 1 by 40 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, right. Okay, so therefore now substitute here. Once you get the value of area, substitute here. Okay, so this is how much? So 10 to the power of minus 5, 1 by 4, 0.25, right. So this is 10 to the power of minus 1 when it goes to numerator, 10 to the power of 1 when it goes to numerator, 10 to the power of minus 1, 10 to the power of minus 7, that much of meter square. Okay, so therefore area is this much, so just substitute here now. Rho is given, L is given, now substitute here, we can calculate R. So R, therefore rho is 44 into 10 to the power of minus 8, okay, L is 40 and A is 0.25 into 10 to the power of minus 7. Okay, right. So how much? What is the answer? Just calculate. Okay, 44 into 40 divided by 0.25. Okay, and simplify. So power is 10 to the power of minus 8 here. So here in the denominator power is 10 to the power of minus 7. So when it goes to numerator it will be 10 to the power of plus 7. So therefore this is 7 not 4 ohm. Let's simplify using calculator. Calculate the value of R. It is 704 ohm. That is the resistance of the wire. Okay, so the important problems. Okay, see here you have to remember the volume remains same when this cube is drawn into a wire. Its volume doesn't change. Using that, now you can calculate the volume here. Using that, you can calculate area of what is area of cross section of the wire. Now just substitute here. You will get the value of R. Right. Okay, so next we discuss what is current density. Okay, current density. It is a vector quantity. Current is a scalar quantity, whereas current density is a vector quantity, vector J. Okay. So current density, how to define current density? The flow of current through unit cross sectional area. Cross sectional area of a conductor so that unit cross sectional area should be normal to the flow is called flow of current is called current density. The flow of current through a conductor per unit cross sectional area. Okay, the flow of current through a conductor per unit cross sectional area, or the flow of current through the unit cross sectional area of a conductor normal to the flow. Okay, that cross sectional area should be normal to the flow of current is called current density, and it is a vector quantity. Say this is a conductor. Our current is flowing I. Okay, so here say I consider a cross sectional area inside the conductor. Now here if I consider the unit cross sectional area, say this is unit cross sectional area. Unit cross sectional area means the area is equal to 1 meter square. Okay, area is 1 meter square here. Okay, I consider the unit cross sectional area. So here what is the amount of current flowing? Calculate what is the amount of current flowing through this particular area, which should be normal or perpendicular to the flow of current. Okay, it should be perpendicular to the flow of current. The vector J. So what is the current flowing through unit cross sectional area which is held normal to the flow of current is called current density. Okay, so actually see I is equal to J dot A. Remember, okay, so this part is not in the syllabus or textbook. So it is a current, actually it is a dot product of current density and area vector, or Ja cos theta. Okay, where theta is angle between the current density and area vector. Okay, area is taken as a vector because its orientation decides what is the amount of current flowing through the area. Okay, so similar to flux, electric flux. Okay, electric flux phi is equal to E dot delta S or E dot A. Area is taken as a vector because its orientation decides what is the amount of flux. Okay, so therefore here area is taken as a vector because its orientation decides what is the amount of current flowing. Okay, so therefore theta is the angle between current density and area vector. So now if I want to define J, put A is equal to 1 meter square and theta is equal to 0 degree. Theta 0 degree means if this is the area of cross section, if this is the direction of current density, so this is the area vector, right? A and J are along the same direction. Okay, you have to draw a normal to this area vector that gives the direction of area vector. Current density is, if it is along the direction of area vector, then naturally theta is equal to 0 degree, angle between A and J. If theta is equal to 0 degree, cos 0 is 1, A is 1 meter square, that implies I is equal to J. Okay, right? So I is equal to J. Therefore, current density is nothing but amount of current flowing per unit cross sectional area, because A is equal to 1 meter square through a conductor which is held normal to the flow of current, which is held normal. Area is normal to the flow of current. Area is normal. Area vector is parallel. Area vector is parallel, but area is held normal to the flow of current. Okay, so that is the definition of current density. So J is equal to I by A. Okay, J is equal to I by A. Okay, this part is not in the syllabus. This part I am saying you have to remember the definition of current density, and J is equal to I by A. So, and please do remember J is a vector quantity, and the direction of J, since it is a vector quantity, the direction of J, direction of current density vector J is along the electric field. Okay, vector J is along the electric field. Say here the electric field generated is E, vector E, and E and J are along the same direction. Okay, so if this conductor is connected to a supply voltage, then only current flows, right? There is an electric field generated inside the conductor, due to which charges start to flow. So current density is along the direction of electric field. So J is equal to I by A. Okay, current defined per unit area, which is held normal to the flow of current. Okay, so that is about current density. So next we move on to the relationship between current density and conductivity. In the previous class we defined conductivity, right? Conductivity is inverse of resistivity. Okay, it depends on the material, nature of the material, temperature, pressure. It is not dependent on any other factors like what is current flowing, what is voltage. Okay, it is independent of that, or length, area of cross section, right? Okay, so we derive the relationship between current density and the conductivity of the material of the conductor. See, conductivity means electrical conductivity. Resistivity, electrical resistivity. Conductivity is electrical conductivity we are speaking about. Okay, sigma. What is the relationship between the current density and conductivity? So consider a conductor. So this is a conductor whose length is say L. Area of cross section is A. Now it is connected to a supply, a cell of potential difference V. It is connected to a battery of potential difference V. Okay, so now voltage across ends of the conductor is V from here to here. See, electric field generated inside the conductor is vector E. Okay, the current flowing through the conductor is I. So consider a conductor of length L and area of cross section E. So diagram idre easy, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So actually textbook ಅಲ್ಲಿ notes ಅಲ್ಲಿ diagram ಇಲ್ಲ, but still we write a diagram. Okay, consider a conductor of length L and area of cross section A. The applied voltage voltage applied is V, current flowing through it, current flowing through the conductor is I, the electric field generated within the conductor, inside the conductor, is E. Okay, so now what are the other quantities? We have to define sigma right here, conductivity. So say let J be the current density, sigma is the conductivity. So conductivity of the material of the conductor is sigma, the resistivity of the material of the conductor is say rho. Okay, so now we have to relate J and sigma. I have to start from Ohm's law. Okay, so using Ohm's law, I can write V is equal to IR. Since V is the potential difference applied across ends of the conductor and I is a current flowing through it, so according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Now what is the resistance of the conductor? I have to define conductivity. I have to define resistivity also. So how to relate R with the sigma or rho? So we have, in the previous class we discussed R is equal to rho L by A. Resistance of this particular conductor is R, okay. Resistance of the conductor is R. Now R is equal to rho L by A, where rho is the resistivity of the material of this particular conductor, A is the area of cross section of the conductor. So R is equal to rho L by A. Now what happens to equation 1? Equation 1 becomes equal to, okay, I into rho, R is rho L by A. Now what is I by A? That is current density, right? Okay, so this equation becomes now V is equal to J rho L, since current flowing per unit area, which is held normal to the flow of current, is J. So don't write here vector J, because here you cannot use I or A using you cannot use vector notation here. So magnitude of J is equal to I by A, because it is actually told it's a dot product of J and A. J cos theta, theta is equal to 0, A is 1, then J becomes I. Okay, so therefore J is equal to I by A if theta is equal to 0 degree. Now theta is 0 degree. Okay, so current per unit area is current density. So therefore V is equal to J rho L. Okay, say this is equation 3. Okay, so now what is electric relationship between the potential difference and electric field? Okay, what is the relationship between potential difference and electric field? Okay, so we have electric field is gradient of potential. Gradient, we are using gradient when some quantity changes with respect to length, with respect to distance, then we use a gradient. So in the first year you discussed temperature gradient, right? So electric field is gradient of potential, change in potential per unit length, which is normal to the equipotential surface. We have derived this equation in the previous chapter, right? So E is equal to, we derived this equation, electric field is the gradient of potential, right? Change in potential per unit distance or per unit displacement, which is normal to the equipotential surface, right? Here change in potential from here to here, from this end to this end, that is V, right? Potential applied means potential difference applied, PD, potential difference applied across ends of the conductor, that is V, right? Delta V, here it is V. What about delta L, length, that is L, so therefore V by L. Okay, so just substitute equation 3 here. So using equation 3, electric field E is equal to V is J rho L divided by L. So L is getting cancelled. So E is equal to J into rho. See, this is equivalent form of Ohm's law. Okay, this is equivalent form of Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. Instead of potential difference or voltage, we have electric field. Instead of current, we have current density. Instead of resistance, you have resistivity. Okay, so this can be written as J is equal to take rho here, so that becomes 1 by rho into E. 1 by rho, inverse of resistivity is conductivity. We defined conductivity, right? Conductivity sigma as inverse of resistivity. So therefore J is equal to sigma into E, since 1 by resistivity is conductivity. Vectorially, how to write vectorially? J is equal to sigma E. Say I told the direction of current density is along the electric field, right? So therefore vectorially, vector J is equal to sigma vector E, because the direction of J and E are same. So J, vector J, current density is along the direction of electric field, therefore vector J is equal to sigma into vector E. This is equivalent form of Ohm's law. Okay, you can say here this is also equivalent form of Ohm's law, or this is equivalent for of Ohm's law. Okay, sigma is equal to J is equal to sigma E. Important derivation. Okay, so illirontu main erade idu, I mean okay, 3 steps, main 3 steps. V is equal to IR, R is equal to rho L by A, E is equal to V by L. Then use ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು you have to derive J is equal to sigma E. This thing you should know, I by A is current density and 1 by rho is sigma conductivity. So therefore 3 steps very important. Okay, so I'll write this is equation of 4 and this is a 5. Okay, so this equation very very important. Okay, ಈ derivation ಇದಿರುವುದು ಜಾನ್ ಇರುವುದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. So V is equal to IR, R is equal to rho L by A, E is equal to V by L. Okay, using those 3 things you can derive J is equal to sigma E. Okay, important derivation can be asked for 3 marks. Okay, right.